yeah. You already know what time it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape. Definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam show. Turn it up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chris Featherstone here. We are live on the Pancakes and Powerslams show, live and living, color and funky like a monkey if you will, baby. Yeah. Ready to have a good time with the PNP Nation once again. So I got some house rules from last week. So I was saying, we were talking, I was trying to campaign and all that good stuff. So I thought about it. I thought a lot about it over the past week as far as where I want to go with PNP. So beforehand, I got some shout outs, but I told you, remember, if you make it early, you'll get some shout outs at the beginning of the show during the intro. So let's see what shout outs do we have right now? What's up, Christopher? Good stuff. I cannot confirm or deny, Ricky. That's funny. Let's see. How can I do a hot rod impersonation? Oh, okay. This is a good one. Hey, Michael, it's been a while. Good stuff, Michael. I hope you're doing well. Ooh, I was Rowdy before Rowdy was cool. that's the best thing I got for as far as Roddy Piper. I do impersonations pretty well. Y'all know I get into characters really good. I just haven't watched a lot of Piper stuff recently to really get into the character to do a impersonation other than that. So I have to get the cadences and mannerisms and stuff like that. So Luke Prince is in the house. Good friend of mine. What's up, Robbie? Great to have you with us today. So yeah, PNP Nation. I told you, we had a conversation last week. We had a heart-to-heart conversation last week about the Patreon stuff and that, Matthew from Australia. Nice. What time is it in Australia right now, Matthew? What time is it in Australia? I imagine it's sometime in the morning. Yeah, that's awesome. I think you should stick to Dusty impersonations. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. Like I said, I gotta get into the character. I haven't watched Piper. Oh yeah, Christopher. Yeah. You it's been a couple weeks since you've been on. Yeah. So remember I said when it becomes official, I will have it right there. And that's where it is. Right there. It is official. 1:44 p.m. in Australia. Okay, so that's not bad. according to Google. Good stuff. What's up, Chris? Yeah. So Dusty is in my top 3 of all time. He's actually number 2. He's my second favorite wrestler of all time. Is Dusty Rhodes, baby, the American Dream, baby. So it's so of course I have a good Dusty impersonation because he's in my top 3 favorites of all time. And so Piper, I can do a Piper if I just have to, of course, just when you have all the answers, I change the questions. Yeah. I mean, like, of course, you can do that, but an impersonation to me isn't just saying catchphrases. I got to get into it, baby. You know what I mean? If I do an impersonation, baby, I got to get into it. Not just the catchphrases, baby. I got to get into the character and say whatever I want to say, no matter what it's the catchphrase. I can say Pancakes and Powerslams, Dr. Chris Featherstone on the mothership. Live and in color, getting funky like a monkey if you will, baby. So I got to get into it, So when I do Piper, I did a good Keith Lee on the spot a couple weeks ago because I'm getting into the character, like I said before. Pancakes and Powerslams, Dr. Chris Featherstone, signed off by Keith Lee, the limitless one, Keith Lee. There you go. There's my Keith Lee. I didn't even know I could do it, Keith. See, I watch enough Keith Lee now to get into the character. You got to get into it. Some of my favorite characters of I used to love SNL, so I like sketch comedy. And I mean, I used to be an SNL fanatic from like 90 to 2000. I probably watched every single SNL, probably 89 actually, because before that was like Tim Meadows, and that was around 90. Kevin Nealon. Of course, Chris Farley is my all-time favorite. So before that was like the Gilda Radners, the Eddie Murphys, and things like that. Chevy Chase was on there. Yeah, so I loved. Vinny says that sounds just like Keith Lee. That's hilarious. Thank you. Thank you very much. So and that's the thing, like I love impersonations. I think that's one of the most creative forms of artistic comedy. That's why Dana Carvey is one of my all-time favorite comedians. He's probably second or third of all time. Chris Farley's number 1, but I would say Dana Carvey is probably second or third of all time. And his impersonations are spot on. I love his Ross Perot. Can I finish? Can I finish? And it's hilarious. He does really good impersonation. He does Trump really well. He does Trump really well with a lot of walls. You got to do it. You got to make it work. You got to have a lot of deals. You got to do the walls. So he does Trump. But yeah, he did, Paul. Tim Meadows was there for a dozen years. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, he's probably one of the longest reigning SNL mainstays of all time. So yeah. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it. So I did a Ric Flair, big man. And Flair, I got to get into Flair. I haven't watched a lot of Flair tapes recently to get into Ric Flair, big man. As far as The Rock is concerned, see, I can't be too loud. I'm in my studio right now, but you got to be loud to be The Rock. Finally, The Rock has come back to Columbus, and you kind of got to be loud for The Rock. I can't be loud. Got 3 kids that are asleep right now. Nice. So I guess I'm doing a lot of impersonations. This is the night of impersonations. This is what we do on Pancakes and Powerslams, ladies and gentlemen. I just do impersonations like Keith Lee. Greetings and salutations from the Limitless One. I guess that's what I'm doing. I didn't even know how I did a good, I did a good Keith Lee impersonation until I did it on the spot a couple of weeks ago. That was literally my first time ever doing a Keith Lee impersonation. But I've watched enough Keith Lee recently to get into his character to be able to impersonate him. So I can do impersonations of just about anybody. I just have to like I'm a doctor in psychology, so I'm all about just kind of picking and analyzing someone's brain. It's easy for me to do impersonations because I can get in someone's mind. So I just have to watch some tape again. I got to watch some Piper tape. I got to watch some Rock tape, some Ric Flair, McMahon tape, and I could get into it. I did a Flair impersonation, I think a couple of weeks ago after I watched the tape. And that was pretty spot on. So yeah, just gotta watch some tape and get in someone's mind. James will get into worst heel turns at the end. Chris Evan is he's dealing with some family issues right now. All right, so I could not do a great Khalid impersonation. I haven't watched Khalid's Khalid tapes. He did 17 seasons. Meadows did. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, he was on SNL. No, he wasn't on SNL for that long, was he? 17 seasons. My goodness. Let me see. So he was on SNL for 91 to 2000. Okay, yeah. So he's there for 10 seasons. He didn't do 17 seasons, did he? Kenan Thompson. Okay, Kenan. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kenan's been around for a while. Yeah, Kenan Thompson. And that's kind of like a quiet 17 because that's crazy. Meadows was there for 10 seasons, it looks like. So yeah, he's been there he was there for a while. It seemed like he was there for longer than 2000 till 2000. Yeah, the ladies man. This is the ladies man. But you know what? I love perspectives more than the ladies man. If I could play it, I could, but I'll get pinged by probably NBC or something like that. But he would say, this is 2:39 in the AM, and this is perspective. Yeah, it was so funny, and he would just ask a question, and then he would go right back to say the time. Tim Meadows was a quiet. He was one of those quiet ones as far as just not. Tim Meadows. He wasn't the one who came out as being a big star or something like that, like a Will Ferrell or something like that. But Tim Meadows was hilarious, man. And it's crazy because talk about Kenan Thompson, he was actually very well established before he went to SNL with Kenan and Kel. So it's kind of like a backwards route, because they usually, like the Eddie Murphys and things like that. A lot of them started their career in SNL and came out of and branched out of SNL and became big. So, but Kenan Thompson, he was already pretty big on Nickelodeon with Kenan and Kel. Let me see. He started in SNL. Yeah, and even before that, 94 was all that. Yeah, because Kenan and Kel was a spinoff of that. So that's crazy. Kenan and Kel was only 4 years for that show to be so for that to be so popular. It was only 4 years. That's crazy. Yeah. So 2003, he was a feature. and then he became a mainstay starting in 2005. So technically, 2003 was his first year at SNL. Wow, it's crazy. That is crazy. Wow, 17 years in SNL. It didn't seem like that long. Wow. I'd imagine Jeopardy's probably his thing on SNL. It's got a lot of memes. It's got a lot of memes, a lot of memes, a lot of deals, lots of deals. It's got a lot of deals. Lonzo, what's up? Good stuff. All right, ex Chris. How would you book the Bailey versus Sasha going forward? See, I got to really. I get to your question, Dion. Yeah. I see a couple. That's good. Mike's asking. Okay, I'll get to those. Hurt business. All right, I'll get to those. Good questions, guys. See, I don't like the fact that Sasha's coming back after 2 weeks. The point of it should be Sasha should be gone for a long time. The beatdown that Bailey gave Sasha, she should be gone for a long time. I mean, at least until Survivor Series, Rumble, like at least 2 months. Survivor Series is in 2 months. At least give us that. Why would you have the return be so quick? 2 weeks after you literally, beat the brakes out of her and then basically lacerated her, with the chair spot. 2 weeks? Like, that's so dumb to me. I just don't understand that. I just really think that I really think that they shouldn't have hot shot this one. Not at all. Unless Bailey beats up Sasha again, perhaps, and that could give her some more babyface type of support, that underdog pop. So I think the only saving grace to this would be if she gets beat up by Bailey again. That would be the only thing, because she needs to stay away. She needs to have that anticipating. Like, she was one of the biggest heels for a while with Bailey. If you want to give her that babyface pop, she needs to spend some time away. She needs to have that comeback. Even the heels get the comeback pop. So it'll help her be a babyface having the comeback pop, and she'll have that retribution pop, by going for Bailey. So I think you just bring her just too soon, way too soon. I know I didn't really like Mad TV. I watched it a little bit, but I don't know. To me, when I would think of Mad TV, I was not happy because I was such an SNL buff. Like, I loved SNL. I kid you not, from 90 to 2000, I most likely watched every episode of SNL. I loved SNL. A lot of my friends know how much I loved SNL. My mom, she's a big SNL fan too around that time, and we'd always, still to this day, we go do some nostalgia SNL moments. I want to actually, Derek, my first co-host of this show back in 2012. We're still good friends, and he's an SNL buff around that time too. So we do SNL jokes, especially Farley. Chris Farley's my all-time favorite actor. So yeah, there's only really two SNL buffs that I know around that era that I get to just, those are the only two people I get to talk SNL about around that time. So, but before we go on, I do want to get back to the house rules, to the kind of just to check in with you guys. All right. So last week, only one person became a patron. I kind of went on a campaign. I told you guys, I said, you know what, look, because of all these projects is going on, I'm actually, my job expanded. I'm actually coordinating the psychology department now. And I've actually got another announcement coming up on my Facebook page. Coming up, so that's another project, and I'm went back to school for criminal justice with a specialization of behavioral sciences to do criminal psychology. I'm a doctor in forensic psychology now, and I'll be expanding my forensic psychology to criminal psychology. So lots of my plates. I do the Legion of Raw on Mondays, which has been super successful. So thank you everybody for the support. On Tuesdays from 11 to 11:30, I do Unscripted. The live Q&As with wrestling stars every week. This week, I just did a live Q&A with Thunder Rosa. That was really cool, actually. She's a sweetheart. But so, and I have my Theology and Apologetics podcast. I got another project that's going to be coming within probably the next few months that I'm putting a lot of going to put a lot of time in. So, and all of that, and I do ministry work too. All of that on top of being, most importantly, a husband and a father of 3 little kids, 8, 5, and 2. So all of that, this PNP at this time, PNP 8 years. It's been great. And it's been actually almost 8.5 years now. So I've had a great time. Now, only got one. I'm disappointed. I'll be honest with you, PNP Nation. I love this show. We have a fun time, but my schedule is getting crazy. So this is what I'm gonna do. All right. So I been doing a lot of thinking about it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for now and until I get more patron support, shout out to Mo, shout out to Antoine. All right. I want to give you a big shout out. First of all, you are probably the biggest supporter of PNP. You said it's your favorite podcast. You have been rolling with me, my man, for a couple years now, and you are the man. I saw your tweet of supporting even on Twitter recently. For people to give on Patreon. You are. I'm going to give you a big shout out for that, man. So, so here's the deal. So you got all these express questions. You got all this fun. You got, before Unscripted, I gave you a wrestling interview every week for years now. So here's the deal. Yeah. Until I get more patron support, I'm going to have to cut the show at least in half. Okay. Because of my schedule. You can go to patreon.com. Okay, Paul. I can understand that. Patron support is just donating to the show. It's a Patreon account. It's through PayPal or through your account. It's literally like I have 2 tiers. The first tier is literally $1. it's $1 a month. Thanks for putting a link on there, Antoine. Thanks, Vinny. I appreciate it. Antoine just put the link on there. So thank you, Paul, for asking. Thank you, Vinny, for asking. So it's $1 a month, and the top tier is $5.99 a month. Antoine knows he gets the good stuff. He gets the goodies. So after 3 months, you get a Pancakes and Powerslams t-shirt. And then after 6 months of being a patron, you get a second t-shirt called Wrench Mob. You become a member of Wrench Mob, become an admin. You get a personalized t-shirt that actually says hashtag Wrench Mob on the front of it. On the side of it, it has Pancakes and Powerslams logo. And on the other side, it actually has your name on there. It has your name that you want customized on there. So yeah, I've shown you the Wrench Mob shirt on the show before, And I can definitely do it next week too. I just you guys gotta remember, gotta remind me to show you the Rinse Mob shirt. And then after 6 months, as well, you get to become a co-host live here, and you would have ask blank questions. So whoever you are, say for instance, Mo, whenever you want to jump on, just let me know. You've been a patron for over 6 months. Just message me, Mo, and you will be the honorary co-host, and you would have just a slew of people asking you questions. So I get Ask Chris questions every week. It would be Ask Antoine. So, and you get to share your thoughts on pro wrestling. So those are the amenities for the $5.99. The $1 a month is just showing me that you appreciate being a member of the PNP Nation, and we have fun. So if I get six more top tier patrons, I think probably about 10 actually. If I get 10 more upper tier patrons, I'll expand my show back out again. So that's what I do. Yeah, Vinny, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Absolutely, man. That's great. I appreciate it. I could handle Cole's fire, Paul said. Yeah, look, if you become a patron and you're here for 6 months, you get the co-host. Of course, as everybody else does, that it is a PG show, so no profanity. But other than that, I'm all for it, man. Jump in and join the patron, and you become a co-host. So yeah. I am 35 years old. I am thrice divorced, and I live in a van down by the river. There's my Matt Foley, Chris Farley impersonation there. All right, so let me. That's the kind of like the check in as far as PNP. Okay, Chris is going to sign up. Vinny's going to sign up. Oh yeah. You're good. You're good. Paul, shoot is not a bad word, so you're good. Yeah. So I'm getting some confirmations of people signing up. Okay, good stuff. This is a very successful conversation there because, yeah, I just my schedule's crazy. But if I get 10, I will go back to an hour and a half. Right now, it's going to be probably about 40 minutes or so. Because there's so much I want to talk about, but I get so tired. So I work all day, and then I work out like crazy, and then I spend time with my family, and then I am either studying, I have a podcast. I'm super busy. And I'm about to it's about something else is about to happen. That's going to take even more of my time. So busy guy. I'm so blessed. Beyond that, I'm so blessed. Literally every single thing that I do right now, I absolutely love. I get paid. Look, I get paid to be a doctor in psychology. I get paid to talk about Raw every week with Road Warrior Animal, my favorite tag team of all time. I literally talk about Raw every week about him. I've built a good friendship with him. And on Tuesdays, I get paid to interview wrestlers live with a Q&A. And I am a Christian DJ. I get paid for that too, for gigs. It's a blessing. I everything I do, I literally get paid to do what I love, and it's great. It's fantastic. I'm so blessed, and so thankful. It's just my time is thin. That's a good question, Brian. Animals is cool, man. Animal's really cool. He's really supportive. It's he's giving me some contacts of some old schoolers that I've been wanting to interview for a long time. So You know, and he's Road Warrior Animal, the greatest tag team of all time. Of course, he has contacts, so yeah, he's giving me some good contacts, and you know, look forward to having some. Look forward to seeing some interviews, some old school interviews coming soon. So of course he's got the Rolodex of people. So yeah, man, he's just open, man. He's excited about it. You know, he's excited about Legion of Raw. He's supportive of it. We you know, we debrief and things like that, and he's super flexible, man. And you know, I'll bring out some pointers and stuff like that. He's just all attention, and to have that type of relationship with someone, you know, who I looked up, I looked up to being a kid. It's fantastic, man. He's super flexible, super. Um, uh, he's super ambitious, you know, to succeed in this show, and I am too. Because longevity is for me, you know how this show's been going on for 8.5 years. PNP has been going on for 8.5 years, so I'm all about longevity and stick to itiveness, and you know, making it work, making it successful. PNP got to the point where, you know, I was getting a bunch of sponsors and getting some good money with sponsors and stuff like that. I can again. I just don't have the time. That's the thing. That's the reason why I need a team, because I get thousands of people every single week that watch the show. I just don't have the time to do the admin work to get sponsors, and that's the reason why I'm like, look, sponsors was paying for PNP for a while, and you know, I need some patron support now to pay for PNP, because yeah, I just don't have the time to make it work. But Animal is just, you know, he's cool, man. He's awesome. Vinny, this is my first time watching you, but that Keith Lee impersonation got me hooked. I appreciate it, Vinny. I appreciate you, Vinny, for being a part of the Pancakes and Powerslams show with the Limitless one. Good stuff. All right, so let me go through these Ask Chris questions. We got say about another 10 minutes or so. But again, join the Patreon and we'll expand it, because I actually want to start doing like live watch parties. I was even thinking about this today. I want to start like watching some old school wrestling. Remember the times that we would have the watch parties? It was really cool. And I'd like to bring like a Black Bart. You know, we don't do interviews anymore on PNP. But if I get enough patrons, I'll bring some more people on here, you know, to do interviews. And I want to start doing live watch parties, man, with people like Black Bart. I'm still really cool with Ice Train, so I would love to bring him on. PN News. He's super cool, man. So there's some people, man, that are part of the PNP family that'll just jump on, and we can just do some live watch parties of some old school wrestling that isn't owned by WWE, because if it's owned by WWE, it would get deleted. Yes, deleted. So we don't want it. We don't want that to happen. All right. Let me Luke says Dr. Featherstone sounds like a heel name. That's hilarious. Of course, you know, if it's hashtag Ask Chris, that's when we can make it. That will make it stick out. And help me get to 1,000 subs on my YouTube. I have a really big Facebook following, a super big Facebook following. So help me get to 1,000 in YouTube. I looked at my YouTube subs the other day, and I was like, oh, I got a quick 20 or so like that. I didn't even know, because I really don't check it that much. Help me get to 1,000, because here's the thing: when it gets to the point of super chat, you know, and you know, I get to 1,000 and we super chat it every week. You know, I'll do PNP easily for an hour and a half, easily. So I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? I'm a businessman. I don't like I don't like doing anything that doesn't draw money or has the potential to. So, all right. So let's see. Hashtag ask Chris. I don't know Yoda that much. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I've watched one Star Wars movie. Um, we'll get to yeah. We're about to spend the next 15 minutes on worst heel turns. Let me get real. I'm gonna spend about 5 minutes on worst heel turns. I want to get these ask Chris questions first. Ask Dr. Chris. Where were you on 9/11? Always remember 9/11. I was in the third at Morton Elementary School. Yes, always remember 9/11. Absolutely. I was actually so I was with my mom was actually at work, so I was at her place, watching TV, and it was around 9 something in the morning, and I was like, it was just shock from like it was just kind of numb to me, like what's going on? It was just really eerie, just weird. It was just really odd to experience that. So yeah, I definitely remember exactly where I was when the announcements came. Definitely. Let me check out these Ask Dr. Chris real quick. See what Jericho though? Like Jericho's done a lot. Santana Morella. There you go. So the Hunky Dunky Man was champion for 23 weeks, but Santino Morera, has been champion for 39 weeks. there's what Santino. Joseph's asking, it's been a while, but what's your thoughts? Welcome back, Joe. What are your thoughts on Paul and Roman joining up? I think it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I think it's a wonderful way to make Roman heel. I mean, he like his character is so cocky. It's so dope, man. I love it. And it's great, man. It's awesome. I'm a Roman fan. He's my favorite WWE superstar. And I'm a big fan of the baby faces. I don't like heels, but I'm a Roman guy. He was a baby face for a while. Of course, when he goes against like a Keith, a Big E or something like that, I want Big E to win because I want the baby faces to win. But until then, man, it's going to be hard for me not to cheer for Roman because he's doing a really good job. He's got to get to the point now where you have to love to hate him. And that's the thing. That's the next step. I think right now the kind of like the cocky heel is getting there. But he's one of those like, man, I wish I were you type of heels, and I think that has some attraction to it. So you just got to be careful with that. I think Heyman does a really good job. Heyman made Lesnar, people love to hate Lesnar. Heyman made Lesnar hateable. He made him a really good heel. And so my hope is that Heyman does the same thing for Roman, to cut some scathing promos, some really heelish promos. I think what will help Roman is when there's people back, because the piped in stuff that just really isn't really doing Roman justice right now. Because if the goal is to really make him a heel, he's got he needs to get booed. He definitely needs to get booed. So that will help. Yeah. So that's interesting, Christopher. So I'm wondering if Aaliyah and Murphy's going to be together, which I don't know. Right? I don't know where you could even take that. Do you make Murphy a babyface? It you know I love Murphy in the ring. He's one of my favorite people to watch in the ring. His character is just bland by himself. That's why I think the whole disciple thing is really a fit for him because his character is just bland. Um, but they're breaking it up clearly, and so I just don't understand where you put him now. Do you make him a heel? Um, but if you make him a heel, he's been heel. He was heel for a long time. But if you make him heel, we saw in the cruiserweight division his character wasn't very good. He's fantastic in the ring, but his character is not good. I mean, it's not. He has his character. I keep saying his character because I don't know him, but his character has no charisma. So, and how do you put Aaliyah in the mix? Do you want Aaliyah in the mix? I'm not. It's just I don't like. I don't. It's just not clicking to me of why they would do that. Marissa's asking, what do you think of the new member of the Hurt Business? Who's that? Cedric Alexander? I imagine you mean Cedric. I think it's good. I think it's a good fit for Cedric. I was very skeptical at first, but now, like I said last week, I said, look, Cedric seemed like, he had that cruiserweight feel, that cruiserweight perception. Like, I was just so cautious of like, man, I don't want Cedric to be a part of the Hurt Business because I don't want him to be a part of the Hurt Business because he doesn't seem like one of those, big man that can take people out in bar fights or something like that. That's what the Hurt Business seems like to me. But as soon as he joined, he felt like a heavyweight. So I'm for it. Mike is asking, have I missed anything good on WWE program in the last 3 weeks? Good. Cedric turning, joining the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business is, MVP. I was just tweeting some friends, man. Texting some friends, but we were talking about this. The MVP has experienced a renaissance in the WWE. For someone who was gone for so long, and they just kind of threw him back in the Rumble, and he just kind of stayed around for a little bit, and they utilized them. There were talks of them wanting to keep him as an agent, but he's on screen, man. He's like legit on screen, and one of the most interesting gimmicks right now. And the Hurt Business is one of the best things going for WWE. It is the best way to utilize all four of those talents, all four of them. MVP, he'd probably be doing MVP lounges and losing matches. Lashley would probably have, some matches he wins, some matches he lose, but he wouldn't be the status that he is now by himself. That's for sure. Shelton definitely wouldn't be. He'd most likely be jobbing out to people like he has been for years now since he's came back. And then of course Cedric. We've seen Cedric, what WWE's done with him. So all four of them are in much better places than they would have been. So, do I still have the titles in my intro? Don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, I remember Daryl Hammond doing a bunch. Daryl Hammond did a really funny Bill Clinton impersonation. Looking for some X Chris. Dion's asking, is Cena the leader of Retribution? I've seen these rumor videos on YouTube, and one said Punk, the other said Cena. Neither. I mean, Cena. I just don't see how, especially when they cut the promo on Raw of them being developmental. talent, and I hope that that's not the angle. I hope it has. Again, the payoff has to be big. Even if they do this with Dijakovic, obviously you saw Dijakovic, you saw Mercedes Martinez, you saw Mia Yim, Dio Madden. There was another one. I think Shane Thorne was another one of them. So basically, that's retribution. I have no interest in that as a big angle. Now I'm happy that all of them would have an opportunity because I think Dio Madden is, especially Dio Madden. I think that I think he has such good potential. He's a huge. I've seen him in person. Dude is huge. I think he's got great potential. But this isn't it. If they have a stick man, if they have like a ringleader, I'll be more inclined to see that. But it has to be big. I mean, to come to main event spots, to attack the world champions, and attack the world champion, and Keith Lee on the main events, and attacking the tag team champion. It better be big. It better be big. All right, y'all. So good question, Joseph. What's the best feud in your opinion going on in wrestling right now? I'm thinking of all the title feuds right now. I see as Hardy and Zayn and Styles. That's not in ring, yes, but that's not really clicking to me storyline wise. US is not really anybody right now. Lashley's just been holding the title. What else you got? Tag is Street Profits, really not against anybody. They've been feuding with Angel Garza and Andrade for like 6 months now, and the Vegas team has been split up. Universal is Reigns against Jay. That's not really a feud per se, but I would say mostly I'm intrigued in that. I'm over Drew versus Randy. I'm not interested in that. Like it has potential, but I mean we're seeing too much of them fighting, and it's causing me to lose interest. You got to keep them apart, and we're seeing just 15 punts and 16 claymores, and it's causing me to not be interested because of that. You got to keep them apart, man. AEW, you've got the women's title, Sheeta and Nyla Rose. Not interested. Brody Lee and the Rhodes I'm interested in. I like the TNT title feud right now. And the world title, Moxley and Archer. It's not really a feud yet, but we will see it. I'm a big Archer guy. He's a friend of mine. And I'm a big supporter, and I hope he becomes champ. We just chatted actually recently this week, so I really hope that he becomes champ. So, and this Moxley just doesn't do it for me. There's just something missing, unfortunately. All right, y'all. I gotta stay true to my word. Worst heel turns. Give me worst heel turns real quick. I know somebody said something, some big shows. Walby Walrus. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? What a rib on Paul Heyman, who currently works for the company. You fired from being the Raw producer. There was a bunch of stuff going on, some beef with AJ, and now you see with Andrade and Aleister Black, there's rumors because the de-pushing them because they were part of the Heyman regime. Same with Ricochet for a while, but he's actually getting pushed again. So yeah, Big Show. I agree. Big Show. Which heel turn though? There's been a ton of Big Show heel turns. I would say the worst heel turn of all time. Yeah. That was bad. That was bad, Paul. That was bad. But I think R-Truth's heel turn was funny. You know, it's a conspiracy. Conspiracy, and I actually got him a main event match. The one-off Capital Punishment pay-per-view against John Cena. So that actually got him a main event spot. And I was hoping that he actually won because I'm an R-Truth fan. So, what other heel turns? Shockmaster turning heel. Well, that was a debut. Gargano, which one? The current one, because there was the one they did before was bad, definitely. Yeah, led to little Jimmy. So that was that was his face. That was funny, the little Jimmy. And then he became face because it became so funny. The one with the Rhodes. Okay, got you. Yeah, Dean Ambrose's heel turn was bad. I agree. It was pretty bad when he started wearing the poison, the toxic mask, and all that, and that was odd. That was, you could just tell he was just in a bad spot. He just didn't want to be there. For me, the worst heel. Yeah, this is bad. I agree. Yeah, this is a good one, Aaron. Terrible heel turn. That super kick out of nowhere was one of the best camera shots in WWE history, though. Hogan does his thing, you know. It does as soon as he turned around, wham! He got cocked. So that was interesting. Rhino heel turn, which one? I don't remember. I mean, you know, he's turned heel a few times, but I don't remember. Yes, definitely Ricky. Austin didn't like that heel turn himself. I think on paper it did cause a little bit of intrigue with the alliance. It made the alliance a little bit more relevant, but overall, I don't think that was I don't think that was a good turn for sure. My worst, for me, the worst heel turn for me was Triple H DX debut heel turn. Okay. For me, the worst was Sting in WCW when he turned on Hogan with the bat, and he literally was heel for like 3 weeks. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. That goes to show that Sting is a babyface, and you know, it was bad news. So, all right, PNP Nation. So go to Patreon. This was a great conversation, guys. I had a real good fun. So I'll extend it. Become a patron. And support your guy, Dr. Chris Featherstone. Until next week, everybody, enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless. I'm signing off. And always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye. God bless.